So let's continue with the earnings discussion and talk about UFlex now. Weakness continues for the company. Their revenues have declined year on year. Segment-wise also, flexible packaging activities revenue has slowed down, although the company's losses have now narrowed. Joining us now is Rajesh Bhatia, the Group President of Finance and Accounts and CFO at the company. Mr. Bhatia, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, SRF also, the packaging major, indicate that there are a lot of supply concerns which is not matching the demand. But since losses have narrowed now for UFlex, can you give us a sense of what the outlook is going forward? What has Q4 looked like so far when it comes to spreads, both for BOPET and BOPP?
So margins have been better this quarter, as we've seen. And one reason for that is, some of our other businesses which our competitors do not have, which are into value-added products, packaging, especially the flexibles packaging, holographic films, as well as the aseptic packaging. So they are the ones where the profit margins and the contributions are better. We all know that packaging films in India, it's currently hugely underperforming given the demand-supply mismatch. Overseas also, there is an underperformance because of the local reasons. But having said that, we've seen a strong comeback in the Americas markets. We have had this quarter about 100% volume increase in our Mexico business. We've had about 60% volume increase in our Nigeria business, and we have had about 23% increase in our India packaging business volumes on a YOY basis. So overall, still for this quarter, we've had a 5.8% value, the volumes improving, which together with the volumes improving on the aseptic packaging side, gave us, a better operational margin of about 12.7% as compared to about 12.2% in the December 22 quarter. So overall performance on an operational level has been better. The losses is basically on account of, again, Nigeria's devaluation. So we had during the quarter about 158 crore coming from the forex and the derivative losses, of which Nigeria itself is about 125 crores because they've now June 23 onwards, they have moved on a new methodology for their forex. But given the huge demand-supply mismatch in their foreign exchange earnings as well as the payments, we continue to see sustained devaluation in the Nigerian naira vis-a-vis dollars, and that's resulting into much higher translation loss, consequently loss on the balance sheet.
All right, got that. So, like you mentioned, it's clearly been a bit of a weak time for the entire industry as well. But take us through, where you currently stand right now in terms of, do you think Q4 is going to be better? Do you think we've seen the worst of it now, or do you expect this weakness to continue? You had mentioned that you expect things to get better from Q4. And just one word on the margins. I think you yourself are expecting EBITDA margins of around 12 to 12.5% by Q3. What's come through has been, less than 7%. So when do you think we can get to that 12.5% kind of level?
So I'll talk about the margins first. I think when we look at the operational margin this quarter, as I said, we stand at about 12.7% this quarter. So I think we'll have to take away from the EBITDA the losses of the FX, which are largely the translation losses. So if we negate that impact and look at the pure operational EBITDA, we better off at 12.7% vis-a-vis the 12.2% in the December 22 quarter. In the last September quarter, we were at about 12%. So vis-a-vis that also we are better off. I see as going forward in Q4, we'll have to see the impact of the Red Sea crisis, which is definitely helping, onshore businesses in US and Europe in terms of the improved volumes of take as well as the prices, because, the imports into those jurisdictions from the cheaper cost jurisdictions is going to be slightly, unreliable as well as bit costlier. So that impact will come, but it's too early to say as of now. But January, we've seen a better volumes emerging from those two markets. And as I said, the largest market, which is Americas, we've seen a much better traction in this quarter.
Okay.
We've also have some relief on the energy costs in Europe, as we
Right.
got into the new contracts for the year for the calendar FY24, which are at a much lower prices. So obviously,
Okay.
I think Q4 and is likely to be better. We'll also see higher volumes coming from
Right.
our aseptic packaging business in this quarter.
Okay. All right, Mr. Bhatia, it was a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much for joining us.